everyone, welcome back to my channel, Easy Math with Miss Easley. So I make videos for 2nd grade all the way up to 7th grade, and I thought I'd come on here today to specifically share a classroom resource with you that I call football math. So before we get way into it, it's a Google slide that lets the kids have a competition with a partner, and they're playing a football game and trying to answer some good spiral review questions to try to win the football game. So I have lots of different objectives on here from the first semester, and so I think that it'll be really helpful for you in your classroom. All right, so I'm going to have this Google Slides linked in the comments below, and just so you know, I've made it to where anyone with the link can access it. You'll have to make a copy of it, and then you'll be able to edit and share and all those good things. All right, let's take a look at the directions slide just so we make sure that you understand how it works. So you're gonna be having different partners. I usually like to do elbow partners because my kids are in groups, but you can do it however you want to. They choose a player, and I made this editable for you. So once you make a copy so that you can change this team 1 and team 2 to whatever you want. So if you want to make it certain teams that are, from your town or your favorite teams or whatever you want to do with that. And then I just put 2 generic football players, cartoons, so that you can also update that if you want to. Or you can just do it as is, and even the kids could do some editing if they want to. So they pick a player, they are going to be clicking on a question. You'll see the questions on the next slide in just a second. And then they're going to click their answer. So everything on here is clickable, or the things that need to be, they can click, and it will show you a link to go to another slide. And it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy or user-friendly for them to just click. It goes to the right slide and tells them what to do next. And then I put down that you're just trying to get your player to the other end zone, and that you can click the football to get started. Or anytime you feel like, oh, I'm lost, I don't know how to get back to the football field, you can always click the football and it takes you back. So it's pretty nice. All right, then we have the football field that I need to show you next. So I've got team 1, team 2. I just chose some random colors, which you can totally update those. I just like to click on the rectangle, and then you'll see the little fill color paint bucket, and you can choose whatever color you want that makes sense for your football team that you're choosing. And then you can do that to the other end zone. And then once again, I used the same football players, just the generic ones. And so you can update that too if you want to. And then I've got question 1 is right up here at the top. Now, the only thing that could be tricky for your kids, I've kind of taught mine how to do this. If you're clicking on the actual text, question 1, it's just going to highlight or hover over the text and it won't do anything. But if you click near it and see the little plus sign arrows, then it's going to pull up something that you can click on. So this one says slide 4, and you can actually click on it. And then it takes you to that first question. So I won't go over all of these. I just want to make sure you understand how to use this and teach it to your kids. But the first question is a question about the value of the underlined digit. And so they're going to take a look at this, solve it. I usually have my kids have some scratch paper or their math journal next to them as they play the game. And let's just say that they get the question wrong and think it's worth 500, then it'll take them to a slide that tells them that they're incorrect, but also gives them a little lesson on why. So I feel like this is really helpful because they've got to take a look at an explanation of what the problem really meant. And then it tells them good luck on the next question, and they can click the football to get back to the football field. All right, and then I also want to show you that if they get the problem correct, so that 5 is in the 10,000s place, it's worth 50,000. So if they click the correct one, then it takes them to this "You are correct" slide, and it tells you what to do. Move your player 1 jump towards the other team's end zone. First down. So as they go back to the football field, they get to move their player to the next line. So from the 10 to the 20. And so they're just trying to keep jumping. It's awesome because it's like a number line, and they're just trying to keep going until they get to the other end zone. So they have to go all the way the length of the football field. All right, and you'll see as you're playing through that some of the questions take you to a "You are correct" slide that has you going forward 2 jumps, so 20 yards, and you'll just, your kids will just follow the directions that it says and just keep going until one of them wins. So you might not need all of the questions, or your students might need all 10. It just kind of depends on their how they answer the questions. All right, and that is pretty much it. So you're just trying to get your football player or your quarterback all the way to the other end zone, and then that student won the game. And you could do it more than 1 rounds if you want to. You could even, sometimes I've given them flashcards or something. If they've done 1 round with the word problems, then they're playing with their math facts. So you could also kind of turn it into that, where they're just looking at the football field. But I hope you like it, and I hope it helps you in your class this next week. And I'll see you for the next teacher resource.